So you've been unemployed since March. It's been about 30 months. You've been wondering where that FPUC retroactive is since July. FPUC expired in late July. The President of the United States stepped in because Congress was not giving you FPUC retroactive. And suddenly, when you're waiting for the second stimulus to come, it wasn't coming. The second stimulus package was not coming. And then you're like, okay, where's the FPUC retroactive? Came October, no FPUC retroactive. You wonder, it's like, where is that FPUC retroactive? And then this week they suddenly talked about FPUC. You're like, oh, finally someone's talking about FPUC in a second stimulus check package. I just love it. So, you need to put second stimulus check in there. But what are you doing with the FPUC in the second stimulus package? How much retroactive are you paying us? None. What do you mean none? You mean that's a joke, right? No, we're not paying you. This is like none. Yeah, I don't like that humor. It's just not very funny. Can you tell me another joke like about cows or hairstyle? Because joking about not paying my FPUC retroactive for 30 weeks was like $9,000. It's just not funny. No, we're really not paying you FPUC retroactive. We're going forward. So if you're unemployed for the next 6 months, we'll take care of you. That's why we're good Americans. That was sort of the reaction that viewers had early yesterday when I told them what congressional leaders are planning to do with their FPUC. The reaction was disbelief. It was sort of like Swedish Chef on the Muppets, where he was like, or the other one, what's that other one? The other Muppet that looked like a. What are you saying? Are you kidding me? Is this some type of sick joke? Needless to say, that's why Senate vote no was trending last night, because people understood there's so much badness, if that's such a word, in the second stimulus package from these problem creators. There's like, wait a second, not only is there a bad stimulus check amount, but now you're not paying our FPUC retroactive. What else could be bad in this bill besides the San Francisco hairstyle? Good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. It's a continuation of the 6:30 edition, and boy, FPUC is bad, second stimulus check is bad, but all the bad is turning to good, as the Purple Power has gotten Senate vote no trending overnight because there's no deal on the stimulus check amount. I'll repeat that again. There is no deal on the second stimulus check amount. There's no bill even written as of last night. No bill, no deal, no agreement, and no agreement about a stimulus check amount. So why were we told $600 yesterday, and how this has happened and where this go? Let me explain the narrative, but before that, I want to make something very clear. Viewers have seen a lot of strange stories in the last 24 hours, and among them was the $600. There was no agreement on $600. There was no bill on $600. Someone in these problem creators wanted to filter more bad news to you to zip you up. And you did not zip up. And with that, please subscribe, because no one on this channel zips up. No one stays silent. Last night, Senate vote no, hashtag Senate vote no, was trending #1 in the United States. I started that hashtag campaign, I think it was on Evening's Check, and I said, you know what? This can't happen anymore. This is a bad offer. You need to tell the Senate vote no against this. And you also have to tell the House to vote no, House vote no, hashtag House vote no. Well, it worked. Trending #1. So please subscribe. Also like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. Over there is an instant premiere. If you're tuning in at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's an instant premiere. As an instant premiere, you can chat along with your Purple Power buddies, and boy, you're going to have a lot to chat in this video about, because there's a lot of major twists and turns. If you missed the 6 o'clock edition of the show, it's in the pinned comments, so catch that one. In that video, I go over a lot about what happened yesterday. In this video, I'll go over what's going to happen today. To recap just broadly, there is no bill, there is no agreement, there is no deal. So what could happen today? With that, Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you start this morning is that the Senate and the House is running out of time. They're running out of time. They got to do something quickly. Are they going to try to get another extension? Well, Bernie said he was not going to give another extension. So let's hope that Bernie and Josh hold their position and not give another extension. Shut down our stimulus check, and we mean $1,200. We don't mean $600. So why is a deadline sort of in trouble now? I'll explain to you right now. Today is Thursday. And by all accounts, this was supposed to be voted on by the House on Wednesday. The House is supposed to have a bill on Wednesday and vote upon it on Wednesday. They didn't get it done because they're slow, because they don't move fast. They aren't rushing in and out of any room, as that reporter yesterday said of Nancy. Rushing in, rushing out. They don't rush. They move as slow as molasses. So yesterday they didn't get a bill. They didn't get an agreement. They didn't get a vote. Remember, you got to first have an agreement, then you have to write a bill, and then you have to have a vote. They didn't have any of those things. So this morning we'll find out whether they have an agreement. I don't think they have an agreement, because as of last night, they didn't have an agreement. Then if they formulate an agreement sometime, or some people formulate an agreement sometime during the day, then they will write the bill for the House. The bill will be introduced to the House, and the bill will get a vote upon. At that point, should the vote of the House approve it? Hashtag House vote no. It should not approve the bill if it does not have a $1,200 stimulus check in it. It should also not vote approve the bill if the FPUC is not retroactive, or if the FPUC is in some way setting you up to never get retroactive FPUC, which looks like they're trying to do it. Remember, the FPUC they originally had in this was just 3 weeks. We were fine with, say, you want to go forward 3 weeks and not be retroactive, fine. It's only 3 weeks. But the fact that they were going 4 months forward and not paying retroactive suggests that they were just sort of taking you to the end of the pandemic, and then you'll never see your retroactiveness. Oh, it looked really sneaky and bad. So viewers didn't like it. Ultimately, the message you need to make very clear today is hashtag House vote no and Senate vote no. House will get the bill first if there ever is a bill. And the U.S. progressives, a Twitter account, needs to be told, you know what? You're in the House, you're progressives, you're in the Democrat Party. Don't vote for this. There's no $1,200 stimulus check. Now, there may formulate a $1,200 stimulus check this morning, but there was none as of last night. In fact, there was no agreement upon any number. And what's important to understand is that progressives have argued that they would vote against the bill if there is no stimulus check in there. The question is whether they'll vote against it if there is a stimulus check in there, but it's not a big enough amount. You need to just go on Twitter and make your message very clear to the House people. Vote against it. Hashtag House vote no. So then what happens next? Well, it would land in the Senate tomorrow, Friday. And within just a few hours, it would have to decide yes or no. That's why hashtag Senate vote no was trending last night, number one in the United States, because the window to pass it in the Senate is very small. And if you don't have a unanimous vote, if you have enough dissenters, it's going to collapse. And it should collapse, because Mitch McConnell was told last week it would collapse unless there's a $1,200 stimulus check. It's as simple as that. So Senate vote no, hashtag Senate vote no, is as important as House vote no. House vote no would block the bill from ever getting to the Senate if they do vote no. It's as simple as that. We've done this before during the summer when, during the fall when Nancy Pelosi revised the HEROES Act to the HEROES Act alike, to the smaller version, and put it for a vote. We said this is horrible bill. Vote against it. And we tagged all those Democrats. Remember, there was a lot of Democrats that voted against her. That was because of us. Well, that was a smaller channel then. This is a bigger channel now. And because of that, with 2 million views a day, and we're number one in the United States for stimulus, the reason of that is that because of that, your message gets out very loud and clear. Now, what I promised you in this video is I'm going to get to state stimulus checks, rent stimulus, food stimulus, and more. I'll be getting to that in a second. But what I want you to understand today is that if you can get the narrative to stop it from passing the House, that's incredible. I don't know if we can. I'm not going to predict that. The focus has always been the Senate, because the Senate is the place where the rational people have spoken against this. The Senate have been people who have spines: Senator Warren, Senator Harris, Senator Sanders, Senator Hawley. Those people have spoken out against this. The House members have been sort of like, well, it's not really sort of wishy-washy, as they've always been wishy-washy. It's like the House members just sort of don't care about things. It's sort of like, so now if you hit them very loud and clear on social media with a message and, hey, this is just awful. What are you doing? Then they may get it clear. What I did yesterday in the middle of the day, I said, what words would you describe $600? Despicable, horrible, inhumane, awful. Well, send those words to those elected officials on social media, and then they'll get the message very loud and clear. Now, let's turn to states. States are paying a lot of stimulus to you. And ultimately, some of the states may have had something and it may be gone. For example, I was reporting about San Diego County with rent stimulus. Someone told me it closed yesterday. I told you about Austin stimulus. Someone told me that has closed. Minnesota was to have $500 stimulus checks. That apparently got yanked at the 11th hour, middle of this week. Orange County, Florida has a $1,000 or $1,200 stimulus check again this morning. This is the second or third time they're doing it. It goes live this morning and it's going to shut down within 10 seconds. So you got to get it really quickly. And then other places have had stimulus or is about to get stimulus. And let me go over those right now. Maine, $600, Colorado, $375, New Mexico, $1,200, Oregon, $500, North Carolina, $335, Houston, $1,200, Jacksonville, $1,000, and Orange has done $1,200 a few times. Nome, Alaska, open. Pending is Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Delaware, Escambia, Florida, Fort Worth, Texas, Gadsden County, Florida, and Duval paid in the spring. What I've been very focused on in educating you is don't get excited about a $375 stimulus check from Colorado. I mean, why would someone get excited about $375 when you could have $10,000? When you can have $5,000, when you have $6,000? And ultimately, there still is viewers that get incredibly excited about $300 of a stimulus check instead of $5,000. I really don't know why. I understand that maybe you own a house, not rent, but you still get utility assistance. And the utility assistance is thousands of dollars. Now, you should be excited about a lot of things if you can go get those a lot of things, but don't sit back and just be happy about $350. And so I have a lot of viewers asking, am I going to get a stimulus check of $200 in my state? Why are you excited about a $200 stimulus check when you could be getting thousands and thousands of dollars? So let me go over where the rent stimulus is. The rent stimulus was in San Diego County. Someone said it closed. It is in Atlanta. It is in New York State, and Nashville, Houston, and several counties in Georgia like Gwinnett and DeKalb. More of them are being announced. It's too hard for me to keep track of all of them. You call your city hall, your county hall, your state housing authority, and ask for rent grants. They're there. Viewers have gotten rent grants from states like in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Louisiana, Alabama. They've gotten rent from in New Jersey. They've gotten rent in St. Louis County. So it is there. San Bernardino County. They've gotten in strange, unusual places. So go get it. It's always about $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000. They've gotten a few viewers have gotten 10, 15, and 20,000. So get it. Then there's a series of organizations. Then utilities assistance. Go contact utility assistance, utility companies, because they're paying utility assistance as well. Not a few $100s generally larger sums of money. Then there are incredible organizations that are paying for rent for viewers of this channel. Viewers have gotten rent paid in Texas from St. Mary Magdalene, Common Community Ministries in Kentucky, New Jersey from United Way, in Ohio from Community Action, in Massachusetts from Interfaith Social Security Services, in Phoenix from TCDC, in New Jersey from United Way, in Alabama from 2-in-1, in Delaware for upwards of $10,000. If you hear your state and you miss the word the organization, you can toggle this video back at the bottom of the screen. Just toggle it back. You don't have to play the whole video back, and because ultimately you're going to hear me saying that there's stimulus for rent nearly everywhere. In Philadelphia, viewers have gotten rent paid by Mercy House, Home Saver, and Salvation Army, along with MSHDA, which is incredible, great news, eviction diversion. In Rhode Island, gotten paid by Crossroads and State Housing Authority. And United Way has paid rent for viewers in Georgia, Nebraska, and Pennsylvania. They've gotten rent paid by One Shot. They gotten paid rent in Michigan by Salvation Army. Delaware 2-in-1 and Texas 2-in-1 has helped them. And El Paso, they've gotten rent paid by Project Bravo. And then viewers have gotten rent across the country from United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Catholic Charities, and St. Vincent de Paul, and utilities paid as well. Finally, if you need gifts for Christmas for children, usually about 16 years or younger, Toys for Tot, United Way, and Salvation Army. If you have questions or comments in today's video, drop them comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Join me at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Mornings LA. That will be the big broadcast. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more.